The terrorists who attacked the U.S. consulate and a CIA annex in Benghazi were using State Department cell phones. Now, wait. They were using cell phones seized from State Department personnel during the attacks. Now, what does that mean? It's bad enough that the attacks separated our people from their cell phones. It's bad enough that the bad guys ended up with State Department cell phones and started using them. But what does that mean? It means that State Department personnel knew exactly what was going on when it was going on. They had real-time evidence because the bad guys were using the State Department cell phone network. U.S. spy agencies overheard them contacting more senior terrorist leaders to report on the success of the operation. This is a story from Brett Baer and James Rosen and Fox News. Now, the disclosure is important because it adds to the body of evidence that establishes that senior U.S. officials in the regime knew early on that Benghazi was a terror attack and not a spontaneous protest over an anti-Islam video that had gone awry, which the regime claimed for several weeks after the action. This is just the attacks. This is just another slice of evidence that they knew at the time what this was. This is another bit of evidence that the Obama administration was lying and doing so for weeks in the aftermath. They were listening. The terrorists had State Department cell phones and were reporting their success to their superiors. We were monitoring that network. Well, I don't know about can't track them down. I don't know if they're still using State Department cell phones. I don't know if they have the right chargers. It could be using USB versus Lightning. Who knows what the terrorists have in their tech arsenal. But this is striking, folks. This is, I mean, just another couple of exclamation points that illustrate the degree and purposefulness to which this regime was lying about everything having to do with Benghazi. The disclosure is important because it adds to the body of evidence establishing that senior U.S. officials in the regime knew early on, while, like at the moment, that Benghazi was a terrorist attack and not a spontaneous protest over an anti-Islam video that had gone awry. In fact, I'll tell you what else. This discovery, this revelation, explains how the CIA and other intelligence agencies knew in real time that it was a terror attack. They knew it in real time. The CIA. And remember, the CIA was blamed for the early edits of the talking points, which made this a random protest. In other words, folks, they didn't have to intercept and decode anything. They were able to actually hear the terrorists talking to their terrorist leaders on their own phones. And note something else. This is something we've never known before. This is a new revelation. This is something that has been covered up. Somehow it has been uncovered. It has been revealed. And it's further proof of why we need this House Select Committee to get out the facts of what happened in Benghazi.